I know that it's cold in Chicago, but it's also cold in New York. So,
How cold?
mm,
Not that like it's a competition or anything.
I don't want to tell you. It's
Let me.
it's 29 degrees.
It's 19 degrees here in
Oh, that's
Chicago.
balmy. That is
Bye.
balmy. Enough chit chat. Tell me, my sis, what are you reading?
Okay, so this past week I was busy on the books. Get
Yeah.
this, I started and finished 2 books.
Whoa,
Started and
baby.
finished 2 books. And then this morning I started another book.
Who are you?
So,
Rory Gilmore?
yes, kind of crazy. So the first book that I started and then finished was called Someone Else's Shoes by Jojo Moyes.
Cute.
And this book is my Chicago friends have a book club. And this is our February book club book. Our January book club book is A Court of Thorn and Roses. And as you know, I have already read that book in the whole entire series. So I am ahead of the game reading the February book. So this book is about 2 women who are, I believe, 40 in their 40s, Nisha and Sam. And they're 2 very different women. Nisha is very wealthy, has a husband, and she's American, but she's with her husband in London on a business trip. And Sam is just sort of like a middle class working. She works at like a ad agency. And the 2 women end up at the same gym. They have the same bag and they accidentally switch bags. And in the bag, which is Nisha's bag, is like a pair of really nice shoes and a jacket that she like is forced to wear to these meetings she goes to.
Oh,
And she feels like very confident in the shoes and the jacket. And then of course on the flip side, Nisha does not feel confident in like the flats that Sam had. They were just like
in her poor people shoes.
in her poor people's shoes, yes. And like Nisha then that day has like a very bad day. And so then the book progresses. Nisha's trying really hard to like find her shoes because she's like, I have nothing left. I need the shoes. And then Sam is like trying to give the shoes back. And I think it goes over like a month. And then eventually the 2 women meet up and then they have to do something together. I won't give it away what they have to do. And they end up working together. I really like Jojo Moyes. I read The Giver of Stars, and
I
that one
heard
was
that book is so good.
so good. I love that book.
Okay.
I'm excited to chat about it with my book club to get people's opinions.
Mm.
There's a lot of like female friendship in it, which I liked. And also set in London, and like, you know, we love London.
Love.
And then I'm also very proud of myself for starting this book, The Quarterback Sneak. Was very spicy, but it had more like a little bit more depth than like some of the spicy books. Definitely spicy.
So like plot and spice.
Yeah, plot. And it was like some of it was very sensitive topics, but I thought the author did a really good job of writing them.
Okay.
Luckily for me, I love when I do this. This is part of like a world. I don't know what it's called. Like
A
how there are
universe.
like friends in it that
Yeah.
like a book is written about them. This
Yeah.
is the 3rd book in the like world.
Oh.
And I kind of love when that happens, when you like accidentally pick up a world book and then you're like, oh, terrific. I have 3 more to read.
I feel like that book, like looking at the cover, I feel like there's an alternate cover to it
Oh
that's
yeah.
like on Kindle that's
Yep.
just like outrageous.
Yep. Yeah. I like put it in on Goodreads.
Yeah.
And it was like just like a hot guy with like a hot butt with like a football.
Like holding a football.
Yeah, exactly. I think maybe I'll save the book I started this morning, maybe for the next podcast.
Okay, fair. Totally fair.
Unless for some reason I fly through it. Who knows?
At this rate, you're cruising.
On a cliffhanger. I'll leave the listeners on a cliffhanger. Okay, so that's what I'm reading. My sis, what are you reading?
So this one I read is called Say You'll Be Mine, and I read it on my tech by Naina Kumar. It just came out. I actually featured it on our news day. And I also want to show what the cover looks like in color, because my Kindle is not a color Kindle, because it's really
do they have colored Kindle?
No, it's just a black and white Kindle.
But do they have colored Kindles?
I think so.
Oh.
Maybe not.
Cool.
But on my phone, you see it's like this like bright, happy pink.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what the cover looks like if you buy it in person. Anyway, so Say You'll Be Mine by Naina Kumar. It just came out. It's available in paperback and obviously on
Tech
e-reader and also I believe audiobook. Anyway, it is a fake engagement, but a fake arranged marriage engagement trope. So that was like super fun because I've never read like a romance story like that before. And essentially the two main characters each have like different motivators for why they want to be in this fake arranged marriage. The main male character, Karthik, has one motivator, and then the main female character, Meghna, is motivated by another thing. Meghna's best guy friend from college is getting married, and she has been asked to be the best man. She has like lingering feelings for him, but not in a like
brutal.
Yeah, but not in like a my best friend's wedding. Like she's not trying to mess things up.
Yeah.
She's just like, I kind of have lingering feelings for him and I don't want to go to this wedding alone. And Karthik has made a commitment to his mom to go to a bunch of arranged marriage meetings for one entire year. And he's basically like exhausted by it.
Yeah.
But he also is like immediately drawn to Meghna. So it's like, he's like this very like, like reserved, calculating, like hyper rational personality. And then he meets Meghna and he's like immediately drawn to her. And he's like, what is this feeling? And then there's all of these like adorable micro tropes within it.
Oh my gosh.
It's just like, it was like such a delight to read. So I highly recommend it. What?
Maybe I'll read that one next.
It's on our text, so you can read it. And then I just started reading from my library haul last night in Montreal by Emily St. John Mandel. She wrote Station 11.
I knew it. I was like, isn't it? I was like, is it a space book? And I was like, I didn't want to say that, but I knew it was a space book.
Well, Station 11 isn't like a space book.
Oh,
Station 11 has like a comic in it that is set in space, but it's like there's like a pandemic and she wrote it before the pandemic and it wipes out the whole world essentially.
Okay, the pandemic in space, same thing in my mind.
Okay, so she wrote Station 11 and I loved it. And then I read her other two books that came after Station 11, The Glass Hotel and The Sea of Tranquility. And I didn't realize
this the same, like a series, or is it?
No, Station 11 is standalone. The Glass Hotel and The Sea of Tranquility are connected. Okay. I would recommend, if you are going to read The Sea of Tranquility, to read The Glass Hotel first. And those are the ones that she is like most well known for. Station 11 is what I think kind of like broke her into the mainstream. But as a result, that has brought a lot of attention back to her backlist. And Last Night in Montreal is her first novel. So far, I'm really enjoying it. She's a really, really good writer. She's like, I think one of those writers, like you read the first page of her book and you're just like captured.
Yeah.
And that I have found consistent across all of the books of hers that I have read. And then the other thing that I love about her, just like a small thing, is on her website, in her like about me, the first like headline is like, my books are shelved in the M's. St. John is my middle name. And I just love that she's like, this is where like my books are. So last night in Montreal, so far, so good. And if you want to read it, go to the M's.
And what library did you get it from?
The NYPL, New York Public Library.
Oh,
Right? Okay. Is that? Is that what you have started reading? I know what it is. I know what that book is. I know that cover.
But you know what kind of book I got?
Large print.
You can see it all the way from here. Okay, quit recording.
Okay, quit it. Cut it.
Quit it.
Cut it.
Cut it.
Wait. Oh my God. I thought that it hadn't been recording this whole time. And I was like,